What's up, y'all? It's Chief Silent Blackhawk back at another lesson. Before I start this lesson, I'd like some peace and positive energy onto the ladies out here. I would also like some peace and positive energy onto the fellas. Um, I would also like some peace onto the beings that are not made the way I'm made and became a fact what's within me. Um, I would also like some peace and positive energy onto the Queen of Heaven and Earth, Isis, um, and all the Orishas. I would also like some peace to the lost souls, the souls that are unaware who they are. I would like some peace to the planet and peace to the cosmos. Yeah, so, um, basically, I was told to speak on the ancestors. Um, I had made a statement in I think 3 videos back prior. I think it was about 3 videos back. I made a statement and I was talking about what's taking place right now, right? Right. So you had all these floods that's taking place right now. It's a lot of floods that's going on, but a lot of people don't know where it's coming from, right? The floods and all that shit. That's basically uh what you would call Oshun, which will basically be the goddess Orisha, right? She's the goddess of the waters and right and all that shit. Everything that do with water, right? Because water is feminine, right? Anything that's doing with water, feminine energy, that's Oshun. That's her, right? So what Oshun is doing, she's responding back, right, to the devastation and the harm that they have done to the ocean. They have done a lot to the ocean, right, and they done a lot to the planet, and now she's responding. This was the whole movie Little Mermaid was about, right? Then they make a movie a couple months ago or last year or something called The Little Mermaid with the black girl. That was all about Oshun. They was telling you that she was returning back to Earth to wash these motherfuckers away that's been doing the dirt on the land. That's what they was telling you, right? So what you seeing with these floods right now, you seeing Oshun. She's doing a cleanse. She cleansing all the bullshit off the land. That's what's going on. Right. So this is why a lot of these certain countries right now, they ain't got really no water, and they um going through a lot of shit after being hit with these floods and all that, because that's Oshun. That's what she doing. She fed up with the bullshit. She tired of them doing the shit they've been doing. That's one thing you don't want to play with. You can play with anybody else, but you don't play with them Orishas. Them the people you don't play with. Because you play with the Orishas, something bad gonna happen to you. And that's a fact. That ain't just saying that. That's a real life fact. Something bad could really happen to you if you playing with them on a level to where you don't give a fuck about them, like you just disrespect them. Something bad gonna happen to you. right? Because the way that the planet been, we've been moved off the left hand, uh, which we should be on the right, but we done moved to the left hand, right? We've been moved on to the left hand, right? Everything goes through the right hand, which is the mother line, right? So Oshun, like I said, she's a goddess. She's the feminine energy. She don't like how everything is balancing off the left hand and not off the right. She don't like that it's not honoring, right? It's not honoring the principles and honoring the laws. And she don't like that it's, that they honoring her. Because they ain't honoring her because they going into these oceans, right? Taking her kids away, taking away these, creatures, the sharks and all that, the whales and all that, the fishes and all that, using them for food, using them for their own selfish reasons. She don't like the way they doing things. She don't like it. Right? So that's why I said she's responding back to all the bullshit they done. You don't want to play with them. You don't want to play with her personally. Right? Because then you got Ogun. Ogun, you call him in when it's time for war. You don't just call on him just to call on him. He only called for war. If it's war that needs to be taking place on the land, that's when you call on Ogun. If it ain't no war that needs to take place, then you don't call on him, cause he's straight warrior energy. That's what he is, right? So he another person you don't want to mess with. Cause I told you what we do is we flip the energy from the mother line, and then you can flip the energy to the father line, right? So right now the energy is on the mother line. We as the men, we balancing off the left hand onto the right. And the way we contributing, right, to the energy being on the mother line is by us speaking. Right? So we speaking is basically balancing out the energy, right, from the mother line onto the father line, because then we letting people know what the fuck is going on and what's taking place so they could be informed. Right, because if we don't speak, then ain't nobody gonna know what's going on. Then everybody gonna be surprised by the shit that's taking place. But we doing our job as the men by speaking on this shit and informing the people, right? But like I had stated before, you want to keep the energy on the mother line. You don't want to keep the energy, or you don't want to turn the energy onto the father line. Because if you turn the energy onto the father line with this type of energy, with the floods and all that, it'd be way worse shit that's gonna take place. So you want to keep the energy where it's at right now, up the mother line. You know, that's where you want to keep shit at. You know, but um, yeah. So what's taking place right now is all it's all her. Or soon, like I said, with these floods. That's what's going on. Cause you see that the weather been different. The weather pattern's been different, right? One day it may seem warm, another day it may seem cold, right? It's different frequencies in the weather pattern, and all this shit is caused by what she is doing, right? That a lot of people are not aware of. So we told motherfuckers stop playing with, with them like that. We told motherfuckers. We been telling motherfuckers to stop playing around. And this is, this is the result. Because the one thing about it, the creator, the divine feminine energy, they always gonna have the last say. They always gonna win in the end out of all this shit. We may think that the enemy has been winning, but they ain't been winning shit. They haven't won anything. The divine feminine energy, the queen of heaven and earth, she gonna win regardless. Right? We may believe that that's not a fact, but that's a fact. Because of how the land is, but she gonna win at the end of the day. So it doesn't matter. These inorganic motherfuckers can sit here on the land all they want, right? Use certain spells and shit to have us out of alignment and questioning ourselves and shit. They do that shit to me. Be having me question myself and thinking I'm not, what I am, and I know what the fuck I am already. But they try to cast certain spells out and send them on to the organic beings on the land that have us fucked up and thinking we less than what we know we really are, all that old shit. They can sit and do that shit all they want, but they still ain't gonna win this war. Period. They can keep doing that shit as much as they want to. Cause it ain't gonna change the reality that this shit is over with. Cause you remember I told you back in, I think it was August, I told you that the Queen of Heaven and Earth gave me a message, and she told me that something's gonna change come this December. That's why everybody in the spirit world been talking about December, right? Everybody been saying, "Oh, there's something coming in December, December." That's a fact because I received the message on it, right? So we in November, December next month, right? So basically, December next month, you gonna start seeing some different shit taking place. Basically. Now she didn't tell me what was gonna happen. She just told me something was gonna happen. Right? I don't know if I have the keys and the tools to find out what's going, but I don't even know if I really even want to find out what's necessarily gonna happen. That's just that's what she up to, what she on. That's her. That's her shit. But she had been telling me this. She said December, 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 because I gotta give a message out next month. I wasn't even supposed to be teaching now, but so much information had been coming in. I just can't. I just have to. You know, give it information out, so I can't just hold to it in. So I just had to give some information out, and it was certain things she wanted me to clarify because some of the information I had been putting out, it had facts to them, but I wasn't giving uh, enough of it, right? Not saying what I was saying wasn't true, but I had to keep putting out more to complete the whole puzzle of what I was saying. So I say a little bit and then stop, right? Then come back say another little bit to stop. So I had to complete the whole puzzle of what I was teaching, right? So I just had to really do the clarification, clearing what I was presenting and putting everything together. So, um, yeah, December is something coming. Like I said, I don't know what, but something coming because she had also told me that it's gonna be a lot of confusion. Right? She told me that uh, a lot of people gonna be confused, right? Because it was confusion a couple months ago in August. The shit that was taking place there, but there's gonna be a lot of confusion next month. People ain't gonna know what the fuck is going. I mean, I know what's going on. I already know what's going on now, right? But a lot of people ain't gonna know what the fuck is going on. That's why I've been telling motherfuckers. I'm like, hey, motherfuckers out here claiming they spiritual, but they ain't in tune to nothing. This how I know who from over here and who ain't from over here just by the way they talking. I done said enough. I know I'm from over here. I said enough. But I'm looking at other motherfuckers and I'm looking into their receipts. They ain't got no receipts because they not talking about nothing. If you spiritual, I want to see that you tapped in. I want to see that you talking about something that's relevant. Not just you, oh, I'm getting into being spiritual, but I ain't got nothing spiritual out of it though. I'm just getting into it. But I ain't really found out nothing about myself. It don't work like that. This shit ain't no game. This ain't no shit you just play around with. I remember like 3 years ago, motherfuckers was talking about ancestors and doing voodoo in the old Rishas, and motherfuckers was doing stupid shit. Motherfuckers out here casting spells on motherfuckers, doing all type of shit. Some stupid shit. And I bet them motherfuckers look crazy as a motherfucker now because all that shit came back to them. Because they was, doing dumb shit and I know what the fuck they was doing. You can't play around like that. Motherfuckers be tripping. So mm, so basically, right now it's just a waiting game. We all just waiting to see what's gonna happen. Right now, last year it was cold than a motherfucker. Around this time, it was like 0 something degrees, right? And it was like that for a reason, because we was going through a transition. Right now, this year, you never know. It might fuck around and get warmer, around this time. You just never know. Just don't be surprised by what may happen. I told you that as well. Because remember, I gave you some information last year um, after Queen Elizabeth died. You remember I told you it was a rainbow that appeared after they had announced that Queen Elizabeth was dead. Right? The rainbow is basically what they would call a stargate. Right? The stargate, that's basically a universal portal. Right? That's a portal that's coming in from the universe. Right? And that portal sends in certain energies, right, to help raise the frequency on the land, right? So ever since Queen Elizabeth had passed away last year, and then that portal uh, appeared, which we had Stargate, a lot of shit done changed ever since then. You remember I had told you what was gonna happen, and it all had happened. All of it, right? All that shit now is coming back to right now. To where a lot of shit is changing right in front of your faces, but a lot of motherfuckers just ain't catching it because they ain't in tune with nothing. And they just not realizing. So the blind is gonna stay blind. But the ones that see and know what's going on, they ain't gonna be blinded. They already gonna know what's going on. You know. Because you see, um, if you been noticing, you ain't really seen that many police officers around, right? It's a lot of different shit you ain't really been seeing around no more. I ain't really seen that many school buses around, right? Because then they also talking about another shutdown, right? Because they talking about the coronavirus rate is rising, which is some old bullshit. Hey, it was never a coronavirus anyway. So I don't know why niggas is still even believing in that shit. But they talking about doing a shutdown, right? Um, because of the coronavirus, because it's a rise with the coronavirus, all that old bullshit. So they trying to hit you with that. Now, if they do a shutdown around this time, that would be the worst thing right now. Because the thing is that niggas done got too comfortable with being back in reality. Right? Now we know the coronavirus was never real anyway. It was all some bullshit. But since everybody has got accommodated back in reality, doing that shit right now will fuck everybody mindset up. Right? Because you do it this time, a lot of motherfuckers ain't probably gonna know how to get through it this time. A lot of motherfuckers ain't probably gonna know how to maneuver through this shit. You feel me? Especially motherfuckers ain't in tune, they ain't gonna know what the fuck to do. Right? Because then, if it's a shutdown on the land, what the fuck is gonna happen? How is food gonna be able to come in and out? It ain't gonna be able to be no food that's coming in and out. Because ain't nobody gonna be able to go on, no farms and grow no food because it's a virus. Everybody gotta be in the crib. Right? So, um, the food, that'd be the biggest problem. That's why people say stock up on food, all that old shit, you know. But mainly the more reason why I feel like if it was to happen again right now, it would be a devastation is because, motherfuckers out here, be trying to make money and all that shit. All that shit are in. How the fuck is a motherfucker gonna make money if everything closed down? Ain't nobody gonna come out. All these artists and shit, ain't nobody gonna be coming to their shows and shit if they believe that motherfuckers out here getting sick. Ain't nobody gonna come to your shit. Ain't nobody about to come listen to your shit. Niggas ain't about to come. Man, shit, a lot of this rap music trash as a motherfucker anyway. So a lot of motherfuckers ain't, gonna come to your shit. You gonna be shit out of luck. You feel me? Like I said, motherfuckers done got it. And then shit, nigga, a new year, nigga, you hit that when it's about to be a new year, nigga, that'll fuck everybody up. Niggas will lose their mind. Motherfucker probably try to do a riot, some stupid shit. You know, probably try to hit you with some shit like that. You know, but that's how it should be. You know, but for me, I ain't worried about shit. I know who I am. I'm tuned in. I got the information. I'm good. It's just other motherfuckers. You feel me? These motherfuckers that's inorganic, right? The motherfuckers that's over here that shouldn't be over here, that was placed by something to be over here. You gonna start seeing them motherfuckers probably having a fucking malfunction because the frequency uh gonna be so high, them motherfuckers ain't gonna be able to sustain it. You gotta understand, it's a what they would call a frequency war, right? So certain people are designed to sustain only a certain amount of frequency. Frequencies that's so positive and so high to where it's basically just all pure. Certain people can't handle that, right? So it's only a certain level of frequency that certain people can handle, right? So this is when you're gonna start seeing people have a different malfunction from these certain frequencies because they ain't from over here. It may be your mama, maybe your daddy, your uncle, your auntie, maybe best friend, and maybe your significant other. It may be anybody that you know, or just a random motherfucker on the street. You know, the more that mitochondria turn up, the more them motherfuckers gonna turn down. You know, all of that fake, all of that fake woke bullshit. Y'all motherfuckers go ahead throw that shit right out the window. Right, because you gonna have to see just like everybody else gonna have to see what this shit was really all about, right? And who was the one that was lying to you. You gonna see. Cause another thing is you have to realize is that there's no government no more. This government don't exist no more. We told you that Biden not a real person. We told you that. This ain't just no shit niggas just making up just a sound, woke. No, he's not a real person. That's why Trump in so much shit because Trump is a real person and Trump on our side. But they using COINTELPRO and all that bullshit to make it like, Trump a bad person, but Trump was good all along. That nigga ain't no goofy shit. Biden the goofy, not Trump. Alright, so that's why we be hearing niggas saying, "Oh man, we need Trump back." You be like, "Oh, that nigga crazy. Why fuck you?" Because Trump was for something. Trump wasn't no goofy. But niggas don't understand politics, and then they don't understand that voting really don't mean shit, right? Because both parties is basically a part of the same shit. The fuck over us. And you know, take the money that we naturally earning and use it for their own motherfucking shit. So motherfuckers don't be understanding that. You know. So this is what it is, man. It's what it is. This the information I had to drop on you. It's what I was told to talk about. But it's basically the shit that I've been telling you, but add more emphasis to it to make it sound a little bit more clear. Cause like I've been telling you, and like we all been telling you, follow the money. You follow the money and start questioning where this money is producing from, you'll know what's going on. Follow it. It ain't just the banks. It ain't just the manufacturing centers. Think deeper. How can you turn pieces of paper into something to where everybody gotta have it? Right? And if they don't have it, they're gonna be asked out. Pieces of paper. How's that possible? Who's the first one that thought of that? Who created that? Who made that something that's gonna be what it is today? Why can't we print our own money? Why is it illegal for us to do it, but it's legal for them to do it? All right. And morally, these social media apps, think about how they making money. These social media apps, you got to think about it. These social media apps is free. You download them for free. So how are they making money if the app is free to download? The reason why they making money is because they hiring people to promote their app, and that's how they making the money, right? So certain people can sign contracts with these certain social media websites, and then they can basically work for them. And that's how these social media apps get big, by using these people to promote it. So basically, the app didn't mean shit until they hired somebody to promote it. They made the app what it was. You feel me? And that's how a lot of these apps work. Same shit with YouTube. Same shit with a lot of all these social media websites. But you still gotta ask yourself though, how is they still making money though? How's all this? How's all this? How's all this money being put together? How's motherfuckers able to just give away money from a certain app? How's this? How's this? How's this shit working? Where is it coming from? Who's giving them this money? This is the shit that motherfuckers just don't be thinking about. You just all worried about getting some fucking money and getting out the way. But you ain't thinking about where this shit is coming from. I want to know where the fuck this shit is coming from. Right? Because you think about people be like, man, I don't want to be broke and homeless on the street. We was never broken homeless before this shit came. The reason why today we have homeless people is because they start making these buildings, right? They had these contractors, right, that they assigned, right, to put these corporate businesses around the land, right, so they can make money off of the land, right? And once they started to make so much money off the land, right, we basically didn't have a say so in how the land operated because they had control over it, right? And then they give people jobs to work, right, to make the land be under their control. And the most motherfuckers they like to use is us, because they know we don't even know what the fuck is going on. So you a contractor and you making a new business, you helping build a new business up, and you don't even know what the fuck you doing. You don't even know what type of work you putting in. You helping them motherfuckers get richer and leave your people fucked up. And then on the bright side, these motherfuckers got you doing a dangerous job where you could die, fall, do anything, and they just sitting in their nice homes. You know? They just sitting back, making you do all this shit. Right? You don't even see the bullshit in that. But in our mind, I gotta make a dollar because I gotta provide for mine. I gotta make a dollar. I gotta do something. I can't just sit and ooh. I gotta do something. Right? And you gotta take care of yours, of course. But we was taking care of ours before we had money as well. We took care of our people, took care of our kids before the money. You know. All right. So the money is the biggest curse. It's the biggest drug, and a lot of us is addicted to it. Right. And the curse is that we can't find the strength to let it go and see what's the value in it, rather than just using it for our own selfish reasons. Money is not more important than family. Money is not more important than my health. Money is not more important than my happiness or my peace. It's not more. You know. Alright, so this is why it's important to study it. Study the value of a dollar. Study where it's coming from and study where it's going to. Because if you realize and pay attention, today, in this day, money is the most easiest thing to get in these days. It's the most easiest thing to get if you're willing to do anything for it, though. It's the most easiest thing to get. If you're willing to do anything for money, it's gonna be easy to. Right, so that's why I talked about social media websites and how they, pay people to do all of those shit. Yeah, motherfuckers that's willing to do it, yeah, it's gonna be easy for them. But motherfuckers that's seeing past it and trying to figure out how they able to do all this shit and give motherfuckers out all this money, and we still got people out here poor and without nothing. You know, they ain't gonna give you shit because you done woke up to too much shit. You know. Because if you think about it morally, money is basically like a negotiation. A negotiation is basically to make an exchange with somebody. I give you this, right? And then you give me that. It's a negotiation. So the more money I give you, the less shit you gonna have to say. You ain't gonna say nothing if I give you what you want. Right? Because I'm giving you something that you've been asking for. Right? So if I'm give you all the money that you want, you're not gonna say nothing no more. You gonna shut the fuck up. Right? So this is why I said now, shit, the motherfuckers down there now just give it to you. Because they don't want motherfuckers to see past the bullshit. So I just give it to you. Every motherfucker out of our community wanna be broke or not be broke. Every motherfucker out of our community wanna be woke when they ain't got nothing. Right? But then when they get something, them motherfuckers ain't woke no more. They ain't got nothing to say. you know. But it's rarely you get niggas that ain't on that's straight. You know, that's, man, fuck that. I wanna know what's going on. It ain't too many motherfuckers out here like that. You know, it's not too many. I be one of them. I don't give a fuck about the money. I don't give a fuck about looking good, nigga. I wear the same shit every day. I don't give a fuck. I just care about righteousness and what's unrighteous. That's it. Right. I don't, it ain't no purpose I have. There's no goal I have. There's no aspiration. It's just the reality of what the fuck is going on and what has been going on. Even before I was even put in this motherfucking realm, nigga. You know, this is just what it is. I also uh, wanted to uh, speak on this as well, clarify this, right? You got people out here that be saying that these artists be out here selling their souls to the devil, right? Because they got all this money, all this fame. For one, these niggas don't even know who the devil is. For two, you can't sell your soul. Your soul can never be sold to somebody. And then even if it could be, what makes you think that your soul can be taken advantage of by another person that ain't got your soul? Right? They don't got the same soul you had before you gave it away. They can't do nothing with that. Nigga, that's your soul. That's your soul and that's your spirit. That's your consciousness. Can't nobody take your consciousness away from you. Nigga, that don't even fucking make sense. Right? So motherfuckers be saying all this goofy ass clown shit. Talk about motherfuckers out here selling their souls. That shit ain't even going on. The reason why you would say a person is selling their soul is because it comes to the contract. Right? The contract is basically giving a census and then yours. So theirs would be, you gotta go by this rule. If we need you to put out an album, you gotta put that motherfucker out. No matter if you sick, fuck, you gotta put this shit out. If we need you over in Africa, nigga, we need you in the Middle East to promote something, nigga, you gotta do it. Right? And that'd probably be down the line. That'd probably be, some other papers down the line. But the most print you gonna see is how much money you gonna be getting by signing with this certain industry or this certain company. So you see how much money they gonna give you when you sign that motherfucker. After you sign it, now you basically owned by that company, right? Because that company has your name on they shit now. So now you are a part of the company. You are a part of the company's production. You are a part of the company's distribution, right? And the consummation of that company, you're a part of that as well. You're a part of all that. Right? So that's why they be saying that these artists is puppets and all that old shit, but that's just what it is. Right? And you got people that don't be want to be they don't want to be a part of these industries no more, these companies no more, so they want to, get out, and these companies don't be want to let them go. which I don't know why people will find that hard to believe. Why the fuck would I want to let you go when you making me money? If you bringing in all of these, platinum albums and all that shit, and you doing your shit, you making a lot of money, you biggest motherfucker in the world, why the fuck would I want to let you go? Yeah, it's gonna be a fight. Cause then, nigga, your ink already on the paper. By law, nigga, you gonna always be owned by me because you signed your name over to me. By law, you signed the paper. If you sign the paper, shit, it's nothing else to talk about. You feel me? Right, so people get that mixed up into, oh, they sold to the devil and all that old shit. So, they trying to get out their contract because they don't want to worship the devil. All that old clown ass, goofy shit, weak shit. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It's some simple shit, you know, but it's deep though, you know. Alright, but I'm about to go ahead and get off here. I done said enough. Peace to the ladies, peace to the guys, peace to the fellas, peace to the queen of heaven and earth, peace to the planet, peace to the land, peace to the Black Hawks out there from one conscious mind to another. We all got each other. Great minds think alike. Uh, One mind tells all, but two minds speak a little. With that being said, this is Chief Silent Black Hawk. Y'all be safe out here. I'm out. Peace.